He told me how at the end of his work day, his favorite thing was opening up that door, having his kids run to his legs to give him big hugs and welcome him home after a long day. But due to these unfortunate events, he no longer gets that relief at the end of his days because our children has lost their best friend.
Heartbreak, shock, and disbelief. A grieving family only beginning to comprehend the loss of a public servant who died in the line of duty, sacrificing his life on milepost 101. Thank you for joining us for ABC 7 at 5 Weekend. I'm Kate Beery.
And I'm JC Navarrete. 48 hours after the tragic death of New Mexico State Police Officer Darian Jarrott, the mother of his children said he had two passions: raising his children and defending his community. A final farewell spanning almost 300 miles. Hundreds of law enforcement agents escorting the officer's body from Albuquerque to Las Cruces and then to Deming. Just after 11, they arrived at Baca's funeral chapels in Deming, saying goodbye to their fallen brother.
He was proud of his job, and to him, it wasn't just a job because he never worked a day in his life.
But the mother of Officer Jarrott's two young sons insists he was so much more than a public servant who laid down his life in defense of his community. She said he was a loving father of 3 children with 1 baby on the way who wore his dad cape loud and proud.
Darian's legacy will forever live on in his 4 children who will always be reminded of their daddy and the great man he was. We love you 3000, Darian. Thank you.
And on ABC 7 at 10, hear from his emotional uncle, a state police officer as well, remembering his young nephew killed in the line of duty.
And his fiancée, Alicia Chavez, posting this on Facebook, quote, "Never in a million years did I think I'd lose my best friend, my biggest fan, my lover, my world. I sent you to work thinking you were going to come home. You always promised you would never leave me this way," end quote.
And in the wake of the deadly attack on New Mexico law enforcement, a Las Cruces business wanted to help ease the pain the community is feeling.
ABC 7's Will Heron gives us a look at how one graphics maker is using his art for healing. Will joins us now. And Will, how is this artist using his craft to help his community?
JC, one sticker at a time. CW Ward at House of Graphics in Las Cruces produces and sells all types of vinyl products for businesses and people. The decals of New Mexico law enforcement are special to him because he uses them to help heal New Mexico's finest. There are multiple types of New Mexico law enforcement stickers that Ward is charging $5 a piece for. There are 2 groups you can decide to donate between: the Las Cruces Police Department or the New Mexico State Police. The graphic shop owner said he will give the money to LCPD officer who he knows personally, and the money raised for the New Mexico State Police will go to them to decide where it helps best. Ward knows times are tough for all New Mexicans, but that hasn't stopped the people of his community from giving.
We're in a pandemic. We're in a very poor community, and we're during a pandemic, and there's people by the droves. I mean, you're here right now. We have a couple seconds of free, and there's people in line right now.
We need to support the law enforcement as best we can. I mean, they do this every day. They take these risks every day, and they darn sure don't get paid enough for it, and I think the public needs to support them.
Those who are down. CW Ward helped raise money for slain Hatch Officer Jose Chavez back in 2016, and also for the El Paso girls soccer team Fusion, who we were at Walmart where the gunman opened fire August 3rd of 2019.
Will, thank you for that uplifting story.